This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, to my knowledge. Hey cheap bitches, I'm Rob, and this is On The Cheap Tips, Cheap Laughs. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking for another story time video. And because RuPaul's Drag Race is such a big trend right now, I figure why not talk about some of these bitches that I know that have been on the show. Yes, your boy knows some people in the business. I got my tea all ready. Things might get a little shady. All tea, all shade, bitch. Not all shade, but maybe just a little bit. So, let's get started. So the first queen that I'm going to talk about is one that is actually currently on the season now, which is Peppermint. I met Peppermint when I used to live in New York City, and she used to host this like open mic talent show night at Therapy Bar. And I used to have a dance crew in the city that used to perform all over New York, and we decided to enter this small little competition because, you know, times were tough and we needed money. Cash prize was like $500, so I wasn't saying no to that. And I actually got in contact with Peppermint and she helped me kind of arrange everything, and she was so sweet, so nice. We got ready with her backstage. I remember performing at the bar, but it didn't really go over too well with the gays because we were doing hip hop and they just didn't get it. If it isn't Lady Gaga, they don't know what it is.
Yes, Gaga.
Sorry, was that shady? Nonetheless, we didn't win the show, but Peppermint contacted me and told me that she loved what we did and thought that she could probably use me in the future to choreograph some of her shows. I've seen some of her live performances and they are pretty dank. Dank is a good word, dank is a bad word. Pretty amazing. That's not shady, that was just being sweet. The second drag queen that I know is one that I don't really care for too much. Okay, let me take it back. It's not that I don't care for her too much, I don't think she cares too much for me. Let's just open up a can of worms, or a can of tea. Now, I'm not gonna mention the name of this queen, but I will say that she likes to lift certain people up when she's lip syncing for her life. Do the research. Google that shit. This queen used to host a karaoke contest at Barracuda. Again, your boy needed money and it was free money. I used to go there with my then boyfriend, who was this gorgeous, tall, dark, and handsome guy. He kind of looked a little bit like Aladdin, so maybe that's what we'll call him. We'll just call him Aladdin, because I don't want to mention his real name. I mean, everybody wanted him, even drag queens, even this particular drag queen. So much so that she would go out of her way to constantly flirt with him in front of me, which didn't bother me so much, but what did bother me is that she went out of her way to insult and be mean to me. Bitch.
Please.
Drag queens are sometimes mean, but with her you could tell it came from a place of like deep insecurity about herself. So I couldn't really blame her for hating on me. I mean, look at her and look at me. All's I'm gonna say. Now my last queen is probably one of the most famous Drag Race contestants ever, which is Bianca Del Rio, or Roy as I knew him as. This is gonna get a little confusing for me. Now Roy I met when he was hosting a karaoke contest at Splash. Man, I did a lot of karaoke contests. Me and Aladdin were kind of like the friggin' karaoke hustlers. We did make quite a bit of money though. So I went to this contest and, you know, when I was on stage, of course, Bianca was her same regular self that you see, super insulting comedy queen. But when she roasted someone, it was more in a playful way where you knew it was a joke, as opposed to the other bitch who was just like going for the kill. But when Bianca did it, it was like so fun and playful that you just kind of gritted your teeth and just like took it like a big fist up the air. Eventually down the line, I ended up breaking up with Aladdin for reasons I won't disclose. That's another story in itself. And me and Bianca actually stayed in contact through Facebook, and she asked me out on a date. And if you don't know, Bianca as a man is like really handsome. So I was single at this time and ready to mingle, so I was like, hey, why not? Let's give this a shot. So we both ended up meeting one night at a club for one of my friend's birthdays, and Bianca was getting like the star treatment. We got in VIP, I got free drinks, we went bar hopping afterwards, everyone like loved her, and we were having such a good time that we ended up going back to his apartment, and you know, we just, I mean, we didn't do anything bad. Well, depends on what you consider bad. Am I red? Oh God. Oh man, I need some tea. Roy, please don't get mad at me for this. Inevitably, we had a nice night together and we planned on meeting up again, but for some reason it just didn't really work out. Like, we could never get our schedules together. I hope that he doesn't have animosity towards me for that whole thing, but I don't have any animosity towards him. I think that he's super talented. And in fact, when we were hanging out one day, I had mentioned that he should be on RuPaul's Drag Race because he was doing it for a living anyway, but he was kind of on the fence about it. And like, I don't know, like 6 months later, I find out that he actually did go on the show. And hello, he won. And he was arguably the best contestant that they've ever had. And I couldn't be more proud. I was totally, you know, Team Bianca the whole way. I can't say anything bad about him, other than we've never hooked up. Shady tea. Call now. Only $39.99. Anyway, that's all the cheap laughs that I have for you today. Make sure that you comment down below, and also make sure that you subscribe to my channel because I make videos every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and hit that alarm button so that you know when my video goes live. And I'll see you next time. Bye! Bianca as a man, Bianca as Roy. This is so confusing. I might be giving my age away a little bit because Splash has been closed for like so long. Don't ask me my age. No tea, no shade. Stupid.